Allah, Alif-Lam-Ha. This is the proper name of God, Allah, and all other names denotes His various attributes. Illah, by definition, is one, to whom someone looks for protection in bewilderment, from whose grandeur one gets dazed, whose overall sovereignty or lordship is accepted, whose laws and directions are obeyed and followed, and who is at the highest pedestal and remains unseen. Keeping in view the above attributes, the name of Allah, as it appears in the Quran, would mean a being who is supreme but remains hidden from human eyes, before whose dignity and grandeur the human perceptions become dazed, whose sovereignty extends over the entire universe, whose obedience is must. By accepting Him Illah, one must accept only His sovereignty and obey His laws. Human mind just cannot perceive Him in any shape or physical form, nor can explain Allah. Allah is beyond human perceptions. The Quran, chapter 6, verse 104. Nothing is like Allah. The Quran, chapter 42, verse 11. However, we can explain His attributes as mentioned in the Quran. To believe in Allah would therefore mean to acknowledge and accept His sovereignty with all His attributes, as mentioned in the Quran, in the most balanced and proportionate manner. The Quran, chapter 17, verse 110. If one goes through the annals of human history, one would find one thing common all along. Irrespective of the time and the place, there has always existed a supreme being, someone supernatural before whom one should bow, who should be worshipped, from whom one should pray for help and for the fulfillment of his desires, one who should be dreaded and before whom one should offer sacrifices. It is incorrect to say that the gods of all religions is the same. For example, Ram or Rahim is not the same thing. The Father of Christians, the Judea of Jews, the Ishvara or Paramatma of Hindus, and Ar-Mazd of Zoroastrian are totally different from each other, as their attributes are different from those of Allah of the Quran. Allah is above all perceptions. Allah cannot be transformed out of a stone or a log of wood. The real concept of Allah can only be perceived by explaining His attributes as narrated in the Quran. Almost all the psychologists and research scholars agree on one thing: a human being consists of a body and a soul. This soul or self is given to every individual in a latent or undeveloped form by Allah. The mission or object of a human being in this earthly life is to manifest and develop this self in such a way that even after death, it is capable of entering into another higher, totally different phase of life and does not lag behind. To test or examine whether one's self is getting developed or not, he must have a model or a test before him, in absence of which he is likely to get astray. The supreme, the complete, the most balanced and infinite being to serve as a perfect model is Allah, whose attributes are called Asma'ul Husna. These Asma'ul Husna are spread over the pages of the Quran as glittering pearls, and man ought to incorporate them in his person to the extent of human limitations. In other words, a human being can examine and test from time to time if his self is getting developed by comparing himself with these attributes. As a human body gets nourishment according to well-known physical laws, there also have to be some laws and values for the development of the self. These laws and values are explained in the Quran as various attributes of Allah. If someone wants to test the development of his self, he should examine as to what extent the attributes of Allah are reflected in his own self. That is why it is necessary to have faith in Allah alone. Thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe, share, and comment, and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.